of hate. A man shoved to the ground, a woman pulled by her hair. Police now say these attacks were carried out by the same man. Plus.
And it's been a beautiful week, but there are big changes in the forecast as we head into the weekend.
I've done over 1,000 of them now, which is insane.
Finding your next apartment on TikTok? Why, it's not just a pandemic trend. This is News 4 Now for April 8th. I'm Rana Novini. The man accused of not one, but 3 anti-Asian attacks in the city is now behind bars. The most recent crime happening on Monday. Investigators led Joseph Russo out of a Brooklyn police precinct just before 11 o'clock last night. Detectives say on Monday, Russo pushed a 77-year-old Asian man outside of a Sheepshead Bay produce stand. They've also linked him to 2 assaults on women on Kings Highway in Brooklyn. He is now facing hate crime charges. Asian residents living nearby say these crimes are keeping them on edge.
Even though, that guy happened on 11 o'clock in the morning, it's not 11 p.m. You don't feel safe at all. It's terrible. Like are we all senior? So scared.
Police sources tell News 4 Russo has a long criminal record going back more than 10 years. An investigation in Westchester County after allegations that at least one pharmacy was charging people for a dose of the COVID vaccine. In an exclusive one-on-one interview with News 4, County Executive George Latimer says the charge per shot was $20. He was also quick to add that this illegal activity was not happening at government-run vaccine sites.
When we see that that's happening or someone's asking you for money, give us $20, we'll give you a vaccine, that's illegal, and we want to stop the practice, and if it's systematic, we want to root it out.
Latimer says they will seek reimbursement for anyone who was told they had to pay for the shot, and they'll hold anyone charging for shots accountable. Looking at vaccinations across the tri-state, 39% of people in Connecticut have now received at least 1 dose of the vaccine. It's over 37% of people in New Jersey and 34% in New York. Add the numbers up, and about 11.5 million people across the tri-state have now been vaccinated against COVID-19.
It's an unbelievable feeling. It's like part of your life was taken away, and now it's back. You know what I'm saying? It's been like 570 days.
The Mets have returned to Citi Field with fans in the stands and COVID protocols in place. It's been about 18 months since the Mets returned to Citi Field, which was sold out. The stadium in Queens limited to just 20% capacity. That's about 8,400 fans. Attendees did have to show proof of vaccination or a negative PCR test to attend. Fans got a free Mets mask. And tonight, the Empire State Building will shine blue and orange to commemorate the home opener. Take a look at these snails. Believe it or not, they were confiscated from somebody's luggage at JFK Airport. U.S. Customs and Border Protection says a traveler tried to smuggle 22 giant African snails into the country, along with an entire menu of other prohibited foods, including oxtail, dried beef, and medicinal herbs and spices. Giant African snails are considered some of the most damaging snails in the world. They consume 500 different types of plants, even the stucco on homes. They're also known to carry a parasite that can cause meningitis. There's a push to bring pop-up pools to New York City's open streets this summer. City Comptroller and mayoral candidate Scott Stringer introduced the proposal. Stringer wants New Yorkers from all boroughs to have access to pools. His proposal would include the use of pools made out of old dumpsters. Mayor de Blasio says it's a great idea, and his office is looking at it. You're looking at a comic book that sold for a whopping $3.25 million here in New York. It is a record-setting price for a comic book sale through an online auction. This 1938 issue of Action Comics #1 features the first appearance of Superman. Only about 100 copies still exist today. Chief Operating Officer of ComicConnect.com calls the issue the Holy Grail of Holy Grails. Well, not a lot of complaints with our weather, but you might have some gripes about the weekend, right, Dave?
Well, it's been a pretty fantastic week of weather so far, but things are going to be changing. Let's take a look at that hour-by-hour forecast as we head through the evening. We hold on to the warm weather and the clear skies for the first part of tonight, but then after midnight, the clouds begin to roll in, and tomorrow we could see some scattered showers, particularly to the west and northwest, but for the most part, we're going to be dry and under cloudy conditions. Let's take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast for tomorrow. You can see we're topping it off with much lower temperatures than we've seen for the past several days and cloud cover. And that's a harbinger of things to come as we head into the weekend, where temperatures stay cool and showers are going to be part of Saturday and more likely Sunday. That's a quick look at the weather picture.
You can ask any New Yorker, finding an apartment can be stressful and risky, but did you know that people are actually finding apartments on TikTok? We talked to the guy who has mastered the art.
Today we're seeing a brand new apartment. This townhouse 2-bedroom has everything. Couch over here, closet. Could you make this work? My name is Cash Jordan. I make apartment tours that go on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I'm also a licensed broker here in Manhattan. Right here, look, you can even fit inside. It's so big. We're in the East Village on 14th Street and 2nd Avenue. We're very close to Union Square. Fun neighborhood. We're by New York University, we're by Parsons, a whole bunch of local colleges and restaurants, super fun area to live. And we're in one of the nicer places that you'd be able to find here. This is a new 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's got laundry in the unit, which if you don't live in New York is actually a rare treat. Not bad. Even a year ago when the pandemic first started, through 10 YouTube videos, I rented 10 apartments a year ago in late March and early April when everything was still on pause. Just because people saw the video and they were like, you know, that's all the information I need. You see the entire apartment, you see the good things, you see the bad things. Even though we might not be having a direct conversation in the video, I'm posting like 3 TikToks a day and 6 YouTube videos a week. So hopefully you feel like you know a little bit more about me than you might maybe somebody else that doesn't do that. Well, you show up at the apartment and you know, I don't have a script or anything. I just look at it and I'm like, all right, these are the things that I think are cool, and this is what I need to make sure, you know, gets in the video. And these are the things that aren't like super important, and those are the things that I'm gonna cut out. I've done over 1,000 of them now, which is insane. Sink sprayer, gotta get that. Cool thing is that if you're an agent and you're just posting like advertisements on like a site like StreetEasy, you're gonna get customers, but they just want to see that one apartment. You're not gonna get people that are like, hey, I would like you to help me, here's what I'm looking for. You know, maybe it's a different type of inquiry where someone might come to you and say, this is what I want, help me find it, rather than show me this, only this. I don't care if you know you might have 20 years of experience, I don't care, I just want to see this one place. You can see all the restaurants and stuff across the street. And the whole process of finding an apartment, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you don't know where to start, where to look, what you need, and if you talk to 10 different agents or landlords, you're gonna get 10 different answers for how you're supposed to do things. You know, so I would say that being able to get some basic information, like what if I don't make enough money? Or, you know, where should I live if I don't have a car? Like just basic stuff like that. You know, if you call somebody that's advertising an apartment and you ask them that, they're gonna hang up, but you know, you can watch them on TikTok. Like and follow for more.
Let's check in with New York Live to see what they have for us today.
We've all seen those ASMR videos on YouTube. You know, the ones that we didn't know we needed until we fell into a 2-hour rabbit hole of this. Well, today I thought I'd make my own ASMR food video, and hopefully it goes a little bit smoother than this guy's. Okay, so we have all the food you could ever need in front of me right now. We have the original wings that are marinated in 21 different flavors, buffalo wings, spicy wings, and then we have the Korean garlic wings that are marinated in their semi-sweet, tangy garlic sauce. I feel like I should speak low and seductive. Let's make some sounds. I've never been so aware of the sounds that my mouth is making. It's the perfect couple fun facts about ASMR. Studies have shown that it makes you less stressed, it can improve your sleeping habits, and it makes you feel emotionally fulfilled. And hearing these sounds gives you something called brain tingles, and that stimulates the part of your brain that has to do with good emotions and all of these other feelings. So why not?
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.